Jhonson once said, "A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are built for." I've come to the realization that if I want to grow, I cannot remain in my safe harbor. This may come as a surprise, but I'm someone that can be described as soft-spoken, shy, and reserved. Yet somehow, I find myself up here, willingly at that. By standing here tonight, I'm leaving my safe harbor, sailing into unfamiliar waters, and towards the challenges I was built to face and conquer, all while learning to find my voice. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to begin by answering a few frequently asked questions that I usually get about myself. Question number one, my name. Whenever someone asks for my name, the exchange usually goes something like this. Can I have your first name? Jhonson. No, your first name. Right, Jhonson. Okay, so what's your last name? Davilma. With that being said, they usually end the conversation wondering what my mother was thinking when she gave me two last names as a name. So with that being said, I'd like to reintroduce myself. My name is Jhonson Davilma. Question number two, when did my voice get this deep? Let's just say that I went to school one day in the 8th grade, sounding like a cat, and I left sounding like a dog. This period definitely took some adjusting for both me and my teachers. Number three, do I sing? Well, I used to. Around the time that my voice changed, I joined a men's group at church. Of course, the only section that I qualified for was bass. Imagine a 14-year-old carrying the bass line for a group of 15 to 20 men. Number four, have I thought about doing radio? Yes, I have. It's coming. Stay tuned. Now that these are out of the way, I could easily begin with the phrase, growing up, life wasn't always easy. This would make this sound like the beginning of every motivational story. But the truth is, my story isn't much different from the many you've heard before. I grew up in the Anglican constituency and was raised by my mother. I am the sibling to two older brothers and one younger sister. My younger years were a cycle of school, packing bags, then home to study by the glow of candlesticks that were waiting for me. My uniforms were always nicely pressed with an iron that was heated on the stove. And I would wake up early every morning to ensure that I caught the pump before school children would begin walking by. I share this simply to highlight the experiences that have contributed to the person that I am today. I didn't like to fail, and this discomfort I used as fuel to push me in my studies. And truth be told, I simply just loved school. At E.P. Roberts, I served as head boy. At C.H. Reeves Junior High, I became deputy head boy. And when I completed my studies at Doris Jhonson Senior High, I graduated as head boy, valedictorian, and salutatorian of my district. My favorite subject was math, which would earn me puzzle stares. I also wanted to be an actuary. And as Toastmaster Charles Rose would know, this is no easy pursuit. But life seems to be steering me in a different direction. Today, I am pursuing my bachelor's degree at the University of the Bahamas in finance while working as a financial analyst. But numbers aren't my only passion. I'm also an artist, specializing in graphic and charcoal drawing. I discovered this talent in primary school. Some would say out of spite. I had two classmates that were exceptional at drawing, and I wanted to be better than them. That competitiveness turned into passion, and passion turned into persistence. And since then, my only goal has been to keep improving. Where do I go from here? Professionally, I aim to keep advancing in finance and grow into a leader in my field. Personally, I want to explore business ventures, sharpen my skills as an artist, and improve as a communicator. This brings me back to why I stand before you tonight as a Toastmaster. Numbers and portraits may speak in their own way, But at the end of the day, people don't just remember numbers or images, they remember voices. There came a time where I would be in a room, silent, not because I had nothing to say, but because I feared being seen or misunderstood. That's when I decided to do something about it. And here I am tonight, doing something about it. I look forward to the day that I can look back at this very moment, my first Icebreaker speech, and see how far I've come. I pray by then that I'll no longer be described as soft-spoken, shy, or reserved, but as someone that found their voice, grew as a professional, and became the mentor that I once needed. Life has been one of my greatest teachers thus far, and as I take on this journey, as I begin this genesis of finding my voice, I believe that my lessons have only just begun.